Well, hello. Welcome back to KOTR Gaming. This is episode 3 of WWE Supercard gameplay. Uh, the Road to Glory has ended. My latest King of the Ring has ended. And, we picked up a couple of good cards because of it. I originally said I wasn't sure if I was going to grind for Finn. And as you can see here, Finn has been ground for. Grinded. Yeah. So we picked up Finn Balor, which is good because we are in Legendary Tier 4 Ring Domination, so we can go for the Pro. He will end up being the second event Pro that I picked up, as I got Ryback the last go-around. This is the first Road to Glory that I was able to make it through on Season 2. I've only made it through one Road to Glory so far in Season 1, and that was the Kevin Owens Road to Glory. That was back when there was Survivor cards, WrestleMania cards, so you were grinding a lot to get through the entire Road to Glory. That took up an entire weekend, as did this one. But, we're happy. We're happy that we put in the time and the effort and a little bit of change to get one of these nice Finn Balor cards. He is actually, stat-wise, a little bit better than both The Undertaker and Ryback. So he is officially the best card in the game at the moment. He is primarily a speed card, power and speed, which is a good combination here with the rest of my deck that I have going. So I finished up a King of the Ring last night. It was my second Legendary King of the Ring. Once again, I got knocked out in the second round, so I ended up getting 2 Epic cards. My 2 Epic cards made it right into my exhibition deck for training purposes, and I'll show you. Well, I guess I only put 1 in there to train at the moment, but picked up a Cameron. And I also picked up another Cameron. So it kind of goes back to the way King of the Ring rewards were set up back in Season 1, in about the first third or half of Season 1, when the game originally came out, and you won a King of the Ring, you actually got 2 of the same winning cards. So you were guaranteed a Pro if you were to win that King of the Ring. Now, I'm not sure if it was when the Survivor tier came out in Season 1, but they changed it to end up being 2 random cards of that tier. So the only way you would get a Pro from a King of the Ring win was if you really lucked out. And so I seem to have lucked out this time. Cameron's not the best diva. She's actually one of the worst. But at this point, I'm looking for Epic Pro Divas. I'm looking to bump up my Divas a little bit, and even the worst Epic Pro is better than a single Epic or an Ultra Rare Pro. So, I'm not going to complain too much about this. So, hopefully, by the end of today, or maybe tomorrow, I will have both of these Camerons trained up. That's the one that I haven't worked on yet. I played a couple of games this morning. So as you can see, I've got at least two matches played on each stat so far. So we got a little bit of work to go before we get both of these guys trained up so that we can combine them. As I said, Road to Glory is over. The next event that's going to be coming up is a Ring Domination. They play a Ring Domination every other week. They use that to give you the Pro version of the first event card, depending on if it's a People's Choice Challenge, People's Champion Choice, whatever PCC stands for, or a Road to Glory. If you pick up the event card, you need to also go through Ring Domination to be able to Pro them. The only problem with Ring Domination is you can only get the event card if you are of a certain tier. And so if you're not in a legendary tier with your ring domination deck, you won't even be able to go for the event card. So that's the one downside of ring domination at this point. With a PCC or a Road to Glory, if you put in the time, you can get those event cards even with a super rare deck. Now, Road to Glory, you're going to be grinding forever. Maybe time might be an issue if you're that low, but if you think about it, you can get a Road to Glory card with a pretty low deck. If you're in ring domination and you're only in epic tier, you'll be able to go for a legendary card, but it won't be the event legendary card. So as you can see, I am in the legendary tier, so I will be able to pro Finn once I go through these 3 cards here. If we look at my ring domination deck, I'm actually sandbagging a little. This is a good way of basically guaranteeing wins. So what you'll do is you'll put 1, 2, 3 commons down in the bottom of your deck, just enough to stay in whatever tier you currently are in. So I'm trying to stay in legendary so I can go for that Finn Balor card. This will allow me to go up against people who are in Epic ++ tier. So my high cards are more than likely better than their high cards if they're a tier below me. So if we hit autofill, just to show you, I do have 2 more Epic Pros that would go in here. And by Epic Pros, I mean legendary singles. I don't even know my deck all that well yet. It's been changing a lot in the past week, 2 weeks. I've been on a good streak of King of the Ring wins, of pulls, of just event cards that I've been getting. So as you can see, I'm up towards the top of legendary. So if I were to start playing matches with this deck here, I'd more than likely 99% of the time be matched up against a legendary person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, put those commons back in, get down towards the bottom of the legendary tier. I think I had edge there. Yeah. I try to have an up card and a left card because my deck, as you can see, is all down arrows and right arrows. So if I run into the end of a match and I need to drop 1 card to guarantee a win without challenging somebody, I want to have either an up card or a left card so that he's not going to challenge the cards around him. So I'm kind of looking forward to this ring domination. This will be the first time that I've had this type of deck since Season 1. The past 2 ring domination events, I've had arrows that are all over the place. So it's kind of hard to have a set game plan when you have such a wide spread of arrows to challenge with. If you have a deck like this that's focused on 1 or 2 directions, you can start in a certain corner and just work your way up. Like I'll throw one of my common cards in the bottom right corner. The computerized player will drop one of their lower cards to take the common, and then I'll use one of my Epic Pros to take back first off the common, and then whatever they use to attack with. So it basically gives me a good starting point, and it's hard for them to recover and win matches. So this will start Thursday. Typically we get the event card or the highest card that I can get in ring domination around Saturday, because I end up getting some doublers. So typically the 156 pack will get you through the entire event, and it will allow you to finish Saturday morning, Saturday noonish, depending on how much you play. So why don't we go in, just play a couple exhibition matches. I'm not looking to win any of these exhibition matches at this point. I'm really just trying to train up Cameron here. So we'll just pick some random people. Don't care if I win or lose. I have about 1,000 games before I hit my next ladder reward, which will be a legendary diva. That'll be good to get. So we can grind a little bit to try and get closer to that. Okay, so we'll start off with a speed match. I'll throw out Ryback. I have him trained just enough to be able to beat Epic Pros. So these stats here for Ryback, they are not the final stats for a Legendary Pro. They're not even close. He can get up to near 2,000 in his high stats. But I just want to be able to beat these Epic Pros. I might throw another level or two onto Ryback because when the Epic Pro procs, and if they use some sort of attack on me, sometimes the Epic Pro will still win. And that makes me sad because it completely goes against my strategy that I've been using. So a toughness and speed tag team. I threw Finn Balor in there because he is a left arrow. He will match up with my John Cena. I don't have a left arrow that's an Epic Pro at this point, so we're going to stick with Finn because he's just a cool card. So we'll pick Finn and Cena. They're high-fiving their bros. Go up against Triple H and Kane. So they do not match up. One's an up, one's a left. So we might be able to pick up the win here. And we do. So I'm going to win this one. I'll get 2 picks. And I get a diva match, so I get to train up Cameron. And when I'm doing training here, if it's 1-to-1, if it's game 3 and they pick a diva match, I'm still going to pick Cameron. I know she's probably going to lose. In this case, she still beats Naomi. But I'm not really focused on my win-loss record at this point. I'm not focused on how many pulls I'm getting off of the board after a match. I'm just trying to train up these stats so that I can pro these cards. Coming up pretty soon, they're going to have an update where if you win 3-0, you actually get 3 pulls off of the exhibition board instead of 2. So that'll be cool. That gives people an incentive to not sandbag their deck the way I'm doing and actually try to play for a 3-0 victory. So we'll see when that update comes out. I'm thinking about doing something a little different for my next couple of videos. I'll still do Supercard videos because I enjoy playing it and I enjoy talking to you guys about Supercard, but I kind of want to go back to one of the games that I liked playing. It was over 10 years ago at this point. Took up a lot of my high school and college time, and that was Diablo 2. So I was thinking about doing Diablo Tuesdays, but that ends up cutting it down to once a week. So we'll see how often I want to do that game. Haven't played it in a while. I'm kind of itching to get back into it, and I think it would be a cool thing to show you guys. We have a power solo match. We'll do Stone Cold Steve Austin against the Shamed Moose. We will beat Sheamus. So do we get a diva match this time? We do! Alright, so Cameron gets a couple more stats on the board. Like I said, Cameron's not the best diva card. She's down towards the bottom, but in the grand scheme of things, she's helping my deck for quite a while until I can get some more pros, until I can get some legendary pros, which will take forever, probably. The rare Callisto. He looks pretty cool. It's a shame he's not really all that entertaining to watch. Just my opinion. You know, I'm really not into the lucha style that much. So we'll do one more here. We'll go against Jeff El Jefe. Finn against Finn. Battle of the Demons. Start off with a charisma match. We'll throw out the Ryback. I'm not even using any of my supports in these matches because like I said, I don't care about winning. We're just trying to go through. At this point, people have 1 or 2 legendary pros in their deck a lot of the times. So, not using my best deck ends up getting me losses. But I don't care. It's okay. I'm not one of those guys that you see their exhibition record is 2,400-0. I don't know what kind of pride that gives those people. It just shows that whenever they are losing, they quit out of the game, and so their loss doesn't register. I guess it makes them feel bigger. Whatever. See, like I said, 2 legendary pros in this deck, so no way that I could win that one. And they don't even give me a diva. So I'll throw out Finn. That's what Finn does. He looks a little cooler doing it, though. So Finn will beat Edge. He'll allow me to go 1-0. I don't like getting shut out. Even though it doesn't matter, I still don't like getting shut out. So he'll get me the win. So yeah, the next couple of days, I'm basically just going to be grinding exhibitions to level up Cameron. I will probably start up a King of the Ring tonight. That way, that'll end up finishing on Thursday. I'm not going to wait until Cameron's pro to start my next King of the Ring, just because I know it'll take at least a day, and the best way to succeed in this game is to just constantly have King of the Rings going. Make sure that you're staying energized in your King of the Ring, because that's where you're going to get cards every 2 days. And so if you can do well in the King of the Ring, I'll show you here. Legendary tier's a little different compared to the other tiers reward-wise. But I'll show you here in the legendary tier, if you win, you get a legendary card and an epic card. If you come in second place, you get a legendary card. I've been hitting the semifinals in my first 2, so you get 2 epics, which is still pretty cool. It'll help your deck at this point where I am. If you're in the high legendary tier, it's not going to help your deck. But if you're in the high legendary tier, you should be going for first or second place. If you just make it to the quarterfinals, you get an epic card. And so if you have a lot of epic singles and you're looking to pro, you're going to have a good shot of getting a pro every 2 days. So in the lower tiers, let's say epic, for example, if you won an epic, let me see if I can knock it down real quick. Okay, so I knocked it down to epic tier. If you win an epic, you get 2 epic cards. You will actually get an epic card in the semifinals. Okay, so you won't get one in the quarterfinals, but you will get one in the semifinals. In legendary tier, if you remember, you don't actually get a legendary card until you get to second place. So in the lower tiers, you have a better shot of getting a card of that tier than you do if you're in legendary. But semifinal still gets that reward of having 2 epic cards. And as you saw with my last King of the Ring, if you get those 2 epic cards and they instantly make a pro, then you have an epic pro right there, and that's better than a legendary card if you just have the legendary single. So depending on how deep your deck is, could be good, could be really good. Alrighty, so I think that is it for today. Thanks again for stopping by, watching me play some Supercard. Hopefully, you enjoy the game, you pick it up, you start playing, and maybe we can go against each other in a King of the Ring someday. The next update that's coming out, I don't know if it's the next update, but one of the future updates, they are going to allow us to play in teams. So if you have a buddy, you can sync up with them, kind of combine your cards and have team battles using the best cards from each of your decks. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be a new thing for the game. Should bring a little bit more fun to it. So until next time, thanks for checking in, and we'll see you.